right, so we are getting ready to head back to Georgia from out visiting with our homeboy that's in the hospital with Alzheimer's dementia. For those of you who have never had to endure seeing somebody go through that, it's nothing that I would wish on anybody. But anyway, we're gonna get ready to head back. So this is our first charging stop. So we're gonna go and spend the night in Freeport, Texas with my sister-in-law and brother-in-law and hang out with them for the night. And then we'll be getting on the road. So we're gonna go and get this joint. And so for our first charge, since we'll be here about 30 minutes, we're at the Tesla supercharger in Converse, Texas, just right off of Interstate 10. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into the route and look and see where we're gonna stay at tonight. I hope I haven't messed up. I was trying to book a hotel with a charger at it, and so when I called earlier, they said that they had chargers. So now I just need to make sure that I booked the right one. So we will get this charging done, and we'll check back in a few.
Oh God, this is.
And just like that, our road trip continues, and today we are done. So we got up this morning and cleared out our Airbnb and went out to Brooke Army Medical Center and spent some time with our boy before we headed out. And so now we are at the Best Western Plus in Lake Jackson, Texas. So we're gonna hang out here tonight, spend some time with my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, have a little bit of Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow. Excuse me. And then we will be on the road headed back. My plan was to stop in Slidell and spend the night in Slidell tomorrow night, then get up and play golf Friday morning. But man, my hip is so bad right now. Ain't no way in the world I could swing a golf club if I had to. So my brother-in-law is on his way over to pick up my wife, and so I'm going to go in and get me a little bit of a nap, and then I'll get up and go over and hang out with them for a little while. But our current situation here at the Best Western Plus, where we're getting a free charge tonight, we're currently at 37%, gaining 23 miles an hour. And so, yeah, we're going to be able to have a good charge. So it says we should be 80% by 2 a.m. So when I get in tonight, hopefully nobody will come in and jump over here where we're at, and hopefully there won't be another EV that'll come in. In any case, we should be able to get some good charging in tonight and be ready to roll tomorrow. All right, later. All right, so what's up, YouTube? It's Thanksgiving morning, and I'm in a little bit of pain today. I ain't gonna even front, a lot of pain today. Had a procedure done on my back not too long ago, and now my hips are absolutely on fire. They're killing me. So I was supposed to play golf tomorrow, but that ain't happening. So I'm gonna try to go over to my sister-in-law's here in Freeport, Texas, and hang out with her for a couple of days. Well, not for a couple of days, for a couple of hours. And then we'll probably leave tonight around about midnight, trying to make our way back to Georgia. So I got no sleep at all last night. I was in such pain. So at one point I thought I was gonna have to go to the emergency room, but I'm gonna try to deal with it, get through till Monday and go to my primary care doctor, and we'll see what we're going to do as far as this pain that I'm in right now. But anyway, we're in Freeport, Texas today, and oops, wrong way. We're in Freeport, and it's nice outside. It's a little windy, but it's still nice. So we were able to do some free charging on their charging that was complimentary. But what I am going to have to do, as I see now, is I'm gonna have to go ahead and get the Tesla adapter for the Tesla destination charger, so that way when my wife and I are traveling,
head northwest toward Loganberry Street, then turn right onto Loganberry Street.
When my wife and I are traveling, we can make use of those, because there's literally like four Tesla superchargers.
In 500
here.
feet, turn right onto Loganberry Street.
There's 4 Tesla destination chargers here, and only 1 CCS one. So that'll definitely be a purchase that I'll make when I get back
Turn
home.
right onto Loganberry Street.
And,
then, at the next stop sign, you'll turn right.
Anyway, we're going to go enjoy, spend some time with family on this Thanksgiving Day, and we will catch you later.
Hello? Mississippi. I'm sorry, Sulphur, Louisiana.
He's so tired.
That block took us to 156 miles from where we were at. We did it in just over 2 hours. So we reached here with 28% state of charge. And so we're going to charge up here. It says 10 minutes to get to our next stop, but that's not right. So we're going to go in here and mess around with the route guidance a little bit, and we'll get back to you and let you know where we're going. But right now we are pulling 180 kilowatts, and so it also says we're going to 100%, which we're not going to 100%. So we're going to mess around with it, and we'll get back with you in a few minutes. All right, so we are closing in quick on our charge here in Sulphur, Louisiana. Our buddies next door in their Model Y Performance are finishing up. They got here a little bit before we did. So, but at any rate, we have about 10-15 minutes left to get to 80%, and we're cruising right now at about 68 kilowatts. So we dropped down a little bit lower than we would like. So we've been doing a lot of driving with the Super Cruise. And so for our second really long trip, we did a shorter trip, but for our second really long trip in the Lyric, what do you think about the Super Cruise there, my love?
I will say this about the Super Cruise against the Mercedes EQS 450 Plus that we have. When you put it in a Super Cruise, you have to tap down the lever in order for it to change lanes. But in this car, it will do it on its own. So if it sees a car or truck that is coming upon, it's starting to drop too low, it's getting within the distance that you have set, it will do a little or vibration on your seat. It will show you the lane and the proper area that it's going to go to, and then it will execute the lane change. Once it passes the vehicle, gets 1 mile apart ahead of it, it will again vibrate on your seat, show you a lane it's going to go back into, where it is, and then it will execute seamlessly. I love that because it saves time. In the Mercedes, when you're super cruising or traveling, you have to tap the wheel every 30 seconds. And after a while, that becomes a little cumbersome. Now, I know with you held on to the wheel because you just got tired of tapping. But with me, having all these issues with my arms and joints, I can't hold my arms up all the time. I would just like to relax them, and then if I need to touch the wheel, I can. So, but yeah, I like this. It's better.
Yeah, so we've been using Super Cruise predominantly on this trip. And I guess I've enjoyed it as well. I will say, I guess the one part that really I don't like, that I think that when you compare it to the standard of the industry, which is obviously the Tesla and their full self-driving or full supervised self-driving, when you go into construction zones, you have to take over a lot more than you do in Teslas.
Correct.
So,
and then also you have to talk about unpaved roads or unmapped roads. So if
yeah,
it doesn't have a mapped road that you know is there because of construction, then it won't go. It won't take you down it as an option.
yeah,
You just have to kind of help it along.
yeah. Yeah.
Route
Overall,
mapping in the Mercedes is so much better, but
on the trips that I think that we'll be going on, because we'll be on the interstate most of the time, I think the Super Cruise will work. It'll do what it's designed to do. So with that, we've got about 7 more minutes, and then we'll be ready to hit the next area. And our next area we're going to go to in Electrify America in Hammond, Louisiana, which is about 160 miles away from here. And
the last time we've seen Hammond is when we lived in San Antonio. So this trip is oddly familiar, but yet different because it's been so long and there's so much construction along the interstate. So everything's changing.
So my wife is going to take this next leg. So we're going to finish up charging here in just a few minutes. We're currently sitting at about 72%. So once we finish charging, I'm going to make a quick stop and go in and get her a Pepsi or a Coke or whatever it is she wanted, a candy bar. And then I am going to get me about 2.5 hour nap. And then at which point, once we get to Hammond, I'll look and see about how much further I want to drive. I'll probably try to drive another 4 hours or so. So if we can get to Hammond by about 9, I'll probably drive until about midnight and then call it a night, and then get up in the morning and finish it. So if we get to Hammond by about 9, you got a 30-minute charging stop there. Another 3 hours. We'll probably put us somewhere. I'm going to guess probably somewhere around Mobile. And then it would be even a more of a plus if I can find a hotel with a charger and one that's working. So last night we stayed at a Best Western Plus in
Western Plus.
Yeah.
Plus Inn and Suites, I think it is.
Yep, I think it was.
In Lake Jackson.
In Lake Jackson, Texas. So we stayed there last night and got a free charge there. So it took it up to 100%. And so hopefully tonight we'll find one and we'll see. So we're going to be wrapping up on this charging stop here in a couple of minutes. And so let's just see what our navigation has here for us. Hey, Google.
How do you change
Take me to EVgo charging station in Denham, Louisiana.
Got it. Pilot Flying J charging station. Head south.
Okay, so heading to the EVgo chargers. Says it is 149 miles from here, 2 hours and 14 minutes. And we should get there with 26% state of charge, which is probably going to be around 20 because
Head south.
we're going to be riding at a little bit higher speeds, around about 75 with the traffic. So I've noticed that when we are riding along at that speed, we lose a little bit of efficiency. So last leg we averaged about 2.3 miles per kilowatt. So we'll see what we're going to do here. So we're going to go ahead and unplug and get on the road. All right, so we have made it to Denham Springs, Louisiana for our second stop. We are at a Pilot Flying J, and we're at the GM Energy. Thought that EVgo and GM Energy was having a sale on their electricity day, but that doesn't seem to be the case, which is why I try to steer away from EVgo most of the time, because they're in the upper 50-cent range. So I think the pricing here at this EVgo station is like 50 cents a kilowatt. So we definitely won't be staying here long, just enough to get to where we've got to go. But let's take a look at the stats right quick. And so as you can see, we're getting 163 kilowatts. And we're at 104 miles. So we went from basically 21% to 38%, in maybe about 10 minutes or so. So we've only been here maybe about 10 minutes. But in any case, since we're going to be here for 25 minutes in order to get to 80%, but we're not going to do that. So let's take a look and see what we got to do here. Hey, Google, take me to Doubletree, Biloxi, Mississippi.
All right, Doubletree by Hilton Hotel Biloxi.
So it says that Doubletree in Biloxi is going to be...
The bag was on the counter. I had already paid for everything. Wait on you, but you got
All right, as we're still learning the range on this Lyric V, We just got our first maintenance notification telling us that we need to go in and schedule to have the tires balanced and rotated and changed around, because we've already done 7,000 miles on this car already. And so I was just telling my wife earlier today that when we get back on Monday, we're gonna have to take the car in and get it, get the wheels rotated and balanced. But anyway, it says we are going to be at the hotel in Biloxi tonight. We'll get there about 11:58, and we've got about 13% as a buffer. So, like I said, we're still learning the actual distance and everything that we get on this vehicle. So, we're going to give ourselves a couple more minutes and let it get up to about 15% buffer, because we have a bailout in Gulfport right off the interstate. So if we start running a little low and it looks like we're not going to quite get to the hotel, which is only 132 miles from here, and we're at 175. So that gives us a little bit of a range. So like I said, but once we get to 15%, we'll go ahead and head out.
My husband knows I don't want to be on camera right now. My hair looks atrocious. But with that being said, I'm going to give you some tips about this EV Go station that we just stopped at. It has a subway. It's at a Pilot or Flying J gas station. And I like the fact that you can back in at this place. You can back in, has individual chargers, not a pass-through, but you can back in. And this is a
Hey, I think those might be down because
Hilton
I couldn't
Hotel
get them to
Biloxi
start.
with less than 6% battery.
This is a
I couldn't get those to start, so I think those are down.
Look, I can't even.
Yeah. Both of those are up, though.
Those over there, you cannot work my car.
Oh, those don't?
Yeah, I think your car don't work with these. Because it's open.
Oh, thanks.
GM Energy is what that's the GM Energy I like, but they're a little bit more expensive than Electrified America and Tesla. Depending on how you charge, but it's at night, so you think it would be cheaper. Not just GM, but it's not. Okay. And so, but if you like to be in a well-lit area, you have a Days Inn right next to you, a 1.9 gas
Turn
station.
right onto Range 12 Boulevard.
Circle K
Then
across
you'll
the
take your
street.
first left onto South Range Avenue.
A Cadillac place and a Dodge across the street from where the charging station is. It was at a
Turn left onto
1.9
South Range
fuel
Avenue.
stop.
Then you'll
So,
use the right lane to take the
place
I-12
is
East
called
ramp to Hammond.
1.9 fuel stop. I don't know if Torrance got a picture of that, but hey, I'm telling you now.
Use the right lane to
Right
take the
past
I-12 East ramp.
Duke's Seafood on the right if you're coming from the east, I think. You'll figure it out. They're all planning to get you there.
In a quarter
No more
mile,
of my
merge onto I-12
shenanigans.
East.
Torrance got it. Happy travel.
Hello?
Yeah, look at that.
All right, so we have reached our stop for tonight. We will be here at the Doubletree Hotel in Biloxi. So we have a 10th floor room, and I asked the lady, I said, hey, do I have a view? She said, you got a corner room with a jacuzzi in it. I said, okay.
The jacuzzi.
I figure I probably need a jacuzzi for my hip that's been killing me this whole week. So, we're going to go up, we're going to check it out and see if we got a view. And if not, the young lady said we can come in and change. But anyway, we are plugged in here at the Doubletree. and we are pulling 5 kilowatts out of the 9 possible. So it says we will be at 80% by 1:45 p.m. tomorrow, which, yeah, we won't be here that long. But it says we're gaining 15 miles per hour. So you figure if we get up at 8 o'clock and are getting ready to get on the road by 9, we should add somewhere around 90 to 100 miles, which is nothing to sleep on. It's not as fast as our home charger in Dublin, but it's free charging. So like Kyle from Outer Space says, ABC, always be charging. So we're going to head on up and get some sleep.
They also have a Tesla charging as well.
Yes, but we can't use it.
I was just saying.
Yeah, gotcha. So we're gonna.
Tell people.
So they also have Tesla superchargers here, which more than likely my next purchase is going to be to buy a Tesla charger for the destination chargers, which is basically a smaller version of the supercharger adapter that we got. So we'll probably get that next, so that way when we get ready to travel and go to these different hotels, we got more options. We can do Tesla or the standard J1772 plugs. So with that, we'll see you in the morning. We are here in Atmore, Alabama. Somebody behind us is rocking out back there and annoying all of the Tesla owners. Yeah, some guy in a Ford Lightning, I think is what he's in, but he's rocking out back there. But anyway, we're at the Wind Creek Casino, Arcade, and Bowling is what it says. Right
and there. Bowling.
So we are charging at 177 kilowatts.
You miss cinema. You miss cinema.
And so that last run there, we got we didn't do too good on efficiency. We were only at 2.0 efficiency, 2 miles per kilowatt hour. So it's a little chillier today. It's 56 degrees, and we're starting to go back uphill a little bit. So let's see what we're working with. Okay, so once again, our Ford guys back there rocking out, or whatever you want to call it, getting on a lot of the Tesla owners' nerves. But I tell you what, I didn't know you could put all that music stuff in electric cars like that, but I guess you can. Anything's possible. At any rate, we are cruising along at 183 kilowatts. So we need to 80% will take us to 231 miles, We've got to go 152 miles to reach Buc-ee's. In Auburn, Alabama. That's going to be our next stop. So we're going to hang out here for a little bit, charge up, and we'll be on our way. If I had to give this place a number, I would probably give it, what do you say?
Check. Got restroom.
So yeah, I need to do that. So it's got a bowling arcade and a cinema, so I guess you got something to do while you're charging.
Right, an arcade, someplace to go watch a movie, and you can bowl. What? And it's got a casino. Is this a casino?
Yes, a casino.
It's a casino.
Yeah. So if I had to give it a score, me personally, I would probably give it I'll say a 6.5, because it does have a trash can over here. It does have somewhere you can go in, but I mean, realistically, you're not going to bowl in 30 minutes.
I mean, I could do one game in 30 minutes. That's all I'm going to do in 30 minutes, one game.
You can definitely tell it's starting to be a holiday weekend, because you're starting to get all the electric vehicles coming in to charge up, and it's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm assuming either people are starting to head back to their destinations, or maybe they're trying to get the last little bit of this, whatever they call Friday after Thanksgiving shopping spree done. So in either case, we're gonna hang out probably another 15 to 20 minutes to get the amount of charge that we need, and then we will be making our way up towards Auburn, Alabama, and that Buc-ee's that we love to hit on our trips.
Hello?
All right, so we have made it to our final charging station for our trip to Texas and back to go see our dear friend Boo.
And his friend Anna,
and his
Reza
wife, Anna.
Adams.
So this is our final charging stop. We got here with 11% state of charge. And so we are going to see how long we're going to have to be here. Okay, so it says that Dublin, and we ain't gonna be here no hour. It says it's 176 miles. It's not 4 hours to get there. So, and we're not gonna be here an hour and a half for charging. So, we are currently sitting at
Over there on that side, press map.
39 miles. So we have 15% and 39 miles.
Your 15% charging progress, $1.68 charging fees total right now, and you're getting 178 kilowatts of charging rate.
Okay, so at 176 miles,
we're almost
we need
at
to go to probably 75%, and we should get there.
I would say charge it to 80 because we need to go up and down some hills just for a little buffer. But yeah.
So at any rate, we're gonna run inside and use the facilities and I'm sure Sherry is going to get her some brisket. I am not. So we will get back with you when we come back inside. All right, YouTube fans, we have finished our last charging stop and we are headed home. So it is now 8:34. It's right around 3 hours. So I'm gonna give
Turn
us.
left onto Bucky's Boulevard.
Bucky's!
I'm gonna give us 3.5 hours because we're gonna be going down some back roads. Although it's 4-lane most of the way, except for when we get on the other side of Warner Robins.
And there's a Bucky's in Warner Robins too, as well.
Yeah, it'll be 2 lanes for a little bit. But
At the next light, use the left lane to turn left.
we're gonna ease it on the end. We have 170 miles, 174 miles, and we've got 231 miles of range. So we should be able to get there. And so what I
At the
have
light,
found
turn left onto Cox Road.
is when we start to
At the next light, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto the I-85 ramp.
when we start to go higher in speeds is to draft behind somebody and let them push the air out of the way, and we still end up with about the same amount of efficiency as if we were, leading the pack. So but anyway, this is going to be our last little bit, and so the next time you will see us
Hopefully.
will be when we get to Dublin. Yo, what up, everybody? So this is a couple days after we have been back from our trip to San Antonio to check on our homeboy Ephraim Adams and his wife Anna Risa. It was a great trip out there. We had a blast. And so I really don't know what else to say other than, man, I tell you, we're having a blast traveling in these EVs and our Mercedes EQS as well as the Cadillac Lyric. So as a matter of fact, when we got back, the first thing I had to do is I had to take the Lyric in to get the tires rotated and balanced because we had put almost 8,000 miles on it in less than 90 days since we bought it. So it's no secret why my wife and I have 200,000 miles on one vehicle and almost 300,000 miles on another, because we like to travel, we like to move around. So hopefully you guys are enjoying watching our videos, and please do take a moment to comment, like, subscribe, and where would you like to see us go next? We're going to drop some teasers out on Facebook of some things that we may have coming up, and so we'll catch you around. Thanks for watching.
Oh God, this